The title of this video is plagiarized, right? But I do not really care about that because the things I'm going to tell you is something that you can highly relate with, right? So, job searching in 2026. Well, my name is Zach. Before I tell you everything, my name is Zach. And I do not like my original name, so I call myself Zach. And the thing is that I'm in a college and I'm like in third year or second year. I don't even remember. I hardly go there. And the thing is that I work in a media agency. So it is just called the media agency, but it is like a 9 to 5 job, right? I get paid for it, and actually, I get paid a lot. I mean, quite good money, right? But the thing is, I hate it there. I have switched one media agency before, and this is my another media agency from which I have taken a leave today, and I did it without a prior notice, and I just did it because I didn't feel like it, and I lied about it. To be honest, I told the senior that or the credit manager that I cannot actually come today because I'm not feeling very well. So yeah, so that's how actually that's the reality of most of the employees. Even if you are someone who is working in a job, you can hardly relate, you can really relate to it, right? So the thing is that job searching in 2026 is not like it used to be. When in 90s, in years prior to 2026, we had a job and everything started to sort out, right? Like everything started to fall into our fists or our lap, if that's the metaphor. But now it is more like we still have to figure a lot, right? First of all, we get this mindset that we are going to change a lot of jobs so that we can get the experience and finally land a high paying job. We do not actually care about our skill set because we really know that the skills we have are hardly appreciated because people really want that same garbage in large quantities, and we are just another person there who is responsible to deliver that garbage in large quantities. They hire employees not to build the quality of their work but to build the quantity of their work. They just want more employees so that they can produce the same shit again and again on a large scale. And that is how they dream of making their company big or companies big, right? And that's exactly what I told my boss in my previous, media agency, that we had this weird ideation where we used to make videos upon that ideation. We would just fit all the videos in that ideation and we would just repeat the same things again and again with different products. And the thing is, I did not like that. I didn't like that, right? So I told my boss that I do not like this, and we should really try to improve our quality. We should really try to do and try and experiment different things. And what he told me was that the clients we are delivering this to are used to this type of edits, and they want this type of edits, and they like this type of edits, right? And the thing is that I did not really like his tone about that because I just felt like the clients have never experienced the new things that we could create, right? So why not just we should just try to experiment it. I'm not saying to just completely stop our usual process. I'm just saying we should just try and experiment, right? And he completely refused, and that was one of the major reasons that I switched the media agency, and now I'm in a new media agency, and it's the same fucking thing. They are paying me more. The work hours are less, but the thing that I'm doing there is the same as my previous media agency, and that is something that sucks, right? We are not really trying to hire employees. We are really just trying to hire people who can have that copy and paste mechanism built in their systems. And the people who cannot do that are not considered to be appropriable employees, or some people who are like not productive or shit, right? They just label you as that if you're just like trying to raise a question or trying to rebel in some sort of way, or trying to go against the flow, right? And I have also this weird mentality that a lot of employees or a lot of my colleagues in my media agency are so like respectable, and in some sort of in a bad way they are scared by our boss. But what I feel is that he's another person. Sure, he has hired us, but it does not mean that we as a person work for him, right? It just means that within that work hours, we are supposed to deliver what he demands, and we are getting paid for it. It is more like a two-person deal, right? I am dealing with my time, and he's dealing with his money. I'm delivering my time and efforts to in exchange of money, and that is something that I think what an employee to boss relationship is, right? But a lot of people there, a lot of colleagues, just feel that he's some big shot or something, and he's something that we should be, respectable towards in a bad way. It's not, and I just cannot get my mind over it. It's more like I cannot actually do that because I just feel like he's another person. He's just another human being. Because I myself are I'm trying to grow a business. I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel. So if I one day blow up or my YouTube channel finally starts working, will I be treated as some special person just because I hired some video editors for me to produce the videos? No, right? Because I'm the same person. I just happen to, be consistent about it and grew in it. Sure, I deserve a little bit of respect for the consistency and the efforts I've put in, but it does not change the fact that I'm the same person. I'm not higher than any sort of fundamental human relationship, right? Than them. And I do not know if I'm making much sense here, but it's just that it is something I've always thought about. That why are they so scared of him? Like why are they so fearful of him? And it just doesn't make sense, right? And to in 2026, you'll get like a lot of things like that is so messed up because the generation we are in is very aware of the fact that they do not need to obey anyone until he deserves that particular respect. The generation, like I had a lot of colleagues who straight out, just refused to do the work that they deemed to be inappropriate or wrong, right? And even if they were threatened with a resignation policy or with a substitute policy, they straight out agreed to it and just walked away. That is the generation we live in. And the guys who are on the top, like the businessmen, are getting aware of it. They are getting aware that the people, the kids that are going to be their new employees, are not scared of losing their job because they do not have that scarcity mindset. you know, I'm an Indian, right? I'm an Indian, and we Indians have the scarcity mindset that everything that we own is going to get destroyed somehow, or we should not lose it, right? We take all the things, all the garbage in our house, and just keep them for years without using them. We think that we will have a new use of it in the upcoming years. But we do not ever think that we could just buy a new thing and better thing, right? Because we think that we won't have money or we would waste money. We do not think that we are going to be more successful in the future and will buy better. We'll buy a better thing of the same thing, right? Fuck my mind. So the thing is that we have this scarcity mindset and we just do not really appreciate things in the way they should be appreciated. If I'm buying a guitar, like I bought this guitar a few months ago because I lost my previous guitar, but there are some people who I did not actually lose it. It just got like it got damaged, right? So I instead of keeping it, I just threw it because it did not serve any purpose, right? I could not actually make it playable. It was not a memento or something. It was a simple cheap guitar. I decided to throw it, and a lot of people would have kept it just because it was expensive. It does not make any sense, to be honest. Like the scarcity mindset. But on the good side, there's this thing that in this upcoming generation, we do not have that scarcity mindset because we are starting to learn, we are starting to grow in a way that we know that things are going to get better if we just put a little bit of effort into it. Things are always going to work out if we just put a little bit of effort into it. And we have to have this mentality in some sort of a playful way where we can just risk everything, right? I have this mentality recently that I try to take every advantage of the situation I can. Like, let's say I have taken 3 leaves in a week, right? I am very aware of the fact that if I take a fourth leave, there could be a potential resignation letter coming to me, right? But the thing is, I try to risk it. I just try to stretch things as far as I can just to know my limits. And that's the thing that we have in this generation. We are having this mentality of stretching the limits, right? We can ask more. Like there are people, like if we take a favor from someone, we suddenly start to think that we cannot take a favor another time from that particular person, right? We have to wait for a few months or a few days to take another favor. But this generation does not feel like that. This generation just tries to get all the favors at that particular same time. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Like we just try to stretch the limits as far as we can, and the new businessmen and the new people who hire us are very aware of that, and that's why maybe that they are being more respectable, and they are, trying to hire the people who are not from this generation. That's why the companies ask for the experience. They ask someone who is old enough, who has worked for in a corporate for more than 5 to 10 years, so that he is like enslaved to the rules of corporate life, because he has experienced a lot of hardship in there, and he is very well aware of the fact that if he breaks the rules, he'll lose his job, he'll get treated badly, and that's why he's enslaved to the rules and terms of conditions and whatever shit that they put up onto us, right? And that is the thing that I'm like very skeptical about, because we do not care if we lose our job, we do not care if you decrease our payoff, we'll just change job. We know that there are a lot of opportunities for us, because we just know that we are skillful people, right? The people who used to work as a slave in their corporate lives, they just they just do not either they do not have the skills to get a new job or a better opportunity, or they just simply do not have the balls to do so. And it is really hard, to be honest. Like, me and my friend one day was having this conversation. We were riding back home, and he was saying that when you get used to a company, when you get used to its work, it is really comfortable there, because you just know that what you have to do, and you just have to copy paste the same thing again and again and again with a little bit of tweaks, right? But if a better opportunity comes and you do not take it, it simply means that you grew too comfortable there. Because we really need the balls to change the company and start to learn the new work, start to learn the new people, start to meet the new people again, and restart from the box one. Sure, we'll have the type of knowledge how to talk to people, how the corporate life works, but it is in an entirely new policy and entirely new company, and we just have to do the new things again and again, right? No matter what company, no matter what industry, we just have to do the new things, so that we do not get too comfortable in a particular company. And we just, like, there are people who work in the same company for like 5 to 6 years, and they do not ever change it, because they just grew too comfortable in it. And when the company finally kicks them out because the new employee got paid more than the old employee, then it really starts to get, their mind starts to collapse, because they think that they have been working for this company for like 5 to 6 years, and they get paid less than the new employee who just demanded more, right? I'm really fumbling in this video. I do not know why, but I think I'm making some sense here, so just bear with it, right? So it's just like, there are, uh, from this point, I actually demanded a lot more than the guy who used to work in this company for like 2 to 3 years. I'm getting paid more than a guy who has more experience than me in the same field, in the same company. Do you know that the reason is basically, you just get what you demand for. You just have to ask. The art of asking is so underrated. I do not know why people are so scared to ask, right? Like, if they just ask, they'll get like yeses 90% of the time. And that is something that you have to experience and try it. It's not, like, you do not lose anything, you just get the rejection, no. And it's more of like taking the rejection, like the art of taking rejections, right? Like, if you ask 90% of the time, there are like 70% of the chances that you'll have a yes. You'll have a yes every time. Because I've experienced this. I've experienced a lot of this, and this is what relates to stretching the limits, and our generation is really starting to do that. So yeah, that was my thought on this particular topic. And bye bye.